You know what? I'm just going to start the stream with or without John here. I lied. He hasn't walked in the door yet. So, yeah, we're waiting on John. How's it going, everyone? Just waiting for YouTube to go green. There we go. All right, we're live. You know what? I'm just going to start the stream with or without John here. And, of course, I don't have that. How's it going, everyone? How are you all tonight? Nope, no potato tonight. We got the full tater tot, bloomin' onion. We're bloomin' onion streaming tonight. So yeah, no, my 7.5 meg stream is up and rocking. John, where in the bloody heck are you? I'm gonna text him. John hype. Yeah, everyone's waiting on John. Even I'm waiting on John. I can't wait till he gets here. Oh. So yeah, Intel, 28 cores, 5 gigahertz. Right. I will say Steve from Gamers Nexus probably had the first take on this that kind of agreed with my take. In that there's no way Intel just magically solved a physics problem of cramming more transistors, more silicon onto a single wafer and not improving the fab process. John? Gosh dang it. It's way more fun when there's someone to talk to here. Not that you guys aren't fun to talk to. Oh, there he is. John, we already started. Come here.
I brought more than one bottle.
Sweet. All right, you're forgiven.
That's right. Wait, is this talking heads or is this flights or is this shots?
This is all of the above.
All right.
Now, I haven't even explained the premise for tonight's episode.
All right. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of John hype in the chat.
That's right. Everyone loves me. I blame Steve. I was over at his place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll forgive you then. Ooh, apple whiskey.
Apple whiskey. That is basically a dessert whiskey.
Yeah.
And then we have malt whiskey with hops.
That's right. A hopped whiskey from Rasputin.
Yeah.
So
or Corsair.
Or Corsair Rasputin.
Corsair Rasputin.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's Ep.035 Friday. I completely agree. I
was like, Jeff, what beer do I bring? You know, how about you bring some liquor? How's that?
That's right.
Let's do that.
John is peripherally aware that when things go bad on this channel, I drink scotch.
Yep.
If I've had a bad video or a bad night, I'll have a scotch and I'll forget about it.
Yep.
And so tonight, we're drinking scotch.
Scotch.
Now, in Star Trek, what happens when the captain needs, or the narrator needs to move things along throughout an episode? They do a captain's log supplemental.
Yep.
Welcome to episode 35, Supplemental.
God, yeah, Supplemental 5.
That's right. Oh man, it has been a week. I had almost 3 solid days with no internet at my house.
Wow.
It finally came back solid this morning.
Okay. Did they ever find out what was wrong?
Nope. Never told me what was wrong. It was only my house. They did eventually send a crew out. They did something at the box and then they left. They never
turn a screw. There you go.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah. Kill the red shirt. Sure, why not? All right, I'm going to get some glasses.
All right, let's do that. Blood wine, yes! Yes, if you were on Patreon earlier today, we
had an epic GIF battle.
We had an epic GIF battle of just drinking and, yeah.
Osgeld, I can always count on you.
Yeah. Drinking, and then it ended up somehow being, it was drinking, then it was Star Trek drinking, and then it was just Star Trek.
Everything always devolves down into Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Thank you all for joining me on a Friday evening. It has been a heck of a week here. I'll kind of start with the intro that we started with on Wednesday that no one got to see. Oh. So Tuesday, I'm trying to finish some stuff up, and I'm finishing writing my next video, which I still haven't shot. I'm actually going to shoot that video after you leave. So video coming tomorrow sometime.
I got to shoot a video tonight anyways.
Yeah. But anyway, so I finished up writing the episode, and I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I went, why do I smell smoke?
Oh, yeah.
So the house about 6 down from me caught fire, lost their entire garage and about half their upstairs. Luckily, everyone made it out okay, but from about 11 p.m. to about 3 in the morning, there was a tanker truck and 3 engines outside my house.
Yep,
lights going, ambulance, cops running up and down. It was quite the scene. There were probably 40 people outside, all neighbors and whatnot gathered around.
No one's getting any sleep.
No, I was outside for about an hour chatting with everyone. Like I said, everyone made it out fine, and I'm so thankful for that. But yeah, Tuesday night was just already bad. So Wednesday rolls around. Everything's going fine. I also lost internet Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Because Tuesday about 4 p.m. it went out, and it stayed out all day. It finally came back about 24 hours later on Wednesday, and it was fine from 4 o'clock to 8:01. Oh. And I say 8:01 because I literally hit start on the stream, and you guys got 1 second of airtime.
Yep.
1 second is the recorded time on YouTube.
It was
epic.
Bad.
Epic fail.
It was an epic fail. I just remember Jeff pacing up and down, like this close to telling the IT guy for his internet provider, just to like, shut up, I know more than you. Plug this button in now, or plug this switch in now.
So my internet didn't come back until this morning. From like Tuesday night for an outage. I've had like maybe 5 or 6 hours of internet between Tuesday at 4 p.m. and about 8 a.m. this morning. I finally came back up and solid all day, so hopefully we're good.
Hopefully. So far it seems good.
I'm not on Twitch because XSplit is also acting up on me tonight.
Oh, of course.
So I'm only on YouTube. I apologize if you normally watch me on Twitch.
All three of you?
Yeah, all three. It gets up to 10, 11, 12 sometimes. It's not nearly what YouTube is, where I think I've hit about 90 concurrent at some point, and typically over 3,000 if you watch the show every week, and that's incredible. So thank you all for watching.
I don't know why.
Let's pour some whiskey.
Some whiskey. By the way, it is a red shirt. Everyone on chat is wondering if your shirt's red or tangerine or orange.
It's red.
It's red. Yeah. It is red.
Yeah. In my, I do just like a raw feed off my camera, and so it's not color corrected, and I do very, very minimal color correction. Like I add a little bit of contrast in OBS. In the images that you see in my videos, those are completely color corrected on a raw color grade. So a little bit different. And some people have asked in the comments, I am red-green colorblind.
Are you?
Yeah. But I have some Enchroma glasses that I use for editing, so I can see probably 98 to 99% accurate color. So sometimes I'm a little off, more in like my shades of green. I still can't distinguish very well. But people calibrate your monitors. Yeah, on both of my screens it looks red. Yeah. Take my word for it, but it looks red.
Yeah, it's red. It's red. It is a bit a lot. Now, okay, so the apple is very sweet. I mean, it is a dessert whiskey. Yeah. This is your more traditional whiskey with a bit, actually, really, it's more of the hop aroma. I don't really get a whole lot of flavor, but it's been a long time since I've had this. As you can see, there's a lot of dust around these two.
That's how bottles of whiskey should be.
They were shoved in my bag probably for at least 2 years the last time I pulled these out.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to...
Go ahead, pop them open.
Take a little whiff. Oh, yeah, you can smell the
hops. You smell it, but I don't really taste a whole lot of it.
That's a sharp note.
Yeah.
Almost like a nutmeg back to that.
And it's been a while. Actually, I haven't even gotten to even before I got here, I didn't smell it or anything. So it's kind of like, this will be almost like me having it again.
I'm getting like a little bit of nutmeg to that.
Yeah, there is a earthy spiciness.
Yeah, real spicy, like an allspice nutmeg.
Yes, there is
real earthy tones to it.
But there's the few people that do home brewing on this channel and everything that brew, it smells like an old bag of hops. Like they're not fresh hops, they're stale hops, but they're still hoppy.
Yeah. There we go. A little heavy pour.
That's fine.
I need it. I'm not driving home.
That's fine.
All right.
I'll save a little bit left for me when I get, or at some occasion.
when you get home.
Yeah.
All right. Let's try some of this, and then I'm going to do an unboxing.
Oh, do it. Yeah, let's do that.
And then we'll get into a little bit of tech talk. This is going to be a little bit shorter show. We're aiming for between 30, 45 minutes, somewhere in there.
See, it's bitter. It's very grainy. At least I get.
I'm not getting any citrus notes, but I am getting almost like a pine right up the very front.
I think
just at the front though.
I think they even talked about what hops they used. Big flavor, floral spice,
Okay.
hint of immediately chocolate, coffee, caramel, vanilla, and toasted oak. I get the oak.
I get the oak. I get a lot of oak. I get a little bit of the caramel.
I get a little chocolate at the end, actually.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, as it develops.
As it develops, I do get this chocolate like that. Yeah,
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's very
That's
complex.
fantastic. A lot of whiskeys change in your mouth. I mean, a lot of good beers change in your mouth.
Oh, yeah, very.
This one has like 6 or 7 different distinct
It
flavors
is.
come out. Through
It is very
parts.
interesting. I thought they told me what hops they used. They didn't. Yeah, this is batch number 7. So this is actually bottle 73 of only 140.
Yep. All right. So I have been waiting for like 2 weeks for this to arrive. It finally arrived. This was an eBay purchase.
I know what this is.
You know what this is.
I know what this is.
So
I hope it's as cool as the pictures that he displayed.
I hope so. I have not opened this. I have not. All I've seen is the one picture on eBay that I bought this on. So I am.
It's probably in pieces.
It feels solid.
Hey, how are you going to open that?
So I have people asked me last time what my unboxing knife was. This is a Kershaw. I'm forgetting the name of this one right now, but it's basically like a stiletto style Kershaw knife with a rainbow blade. I have an Amazon link. I'll see if I can post it in the description after the video. Really cool knife. We actually never sold it in this color combination. It was either all chrome or all black or all rainbow. I have a mix because I know one of the guys who designed it.
Interesting.
But anyway, so this was my unboxing knife. Now, all good YouTubers have to have a distinct unboxing knife.
Oh, I don't have one.
Okay. Well, you need to get one.
I need to get one.
You need to get one. Now, I'm usually a fan of Kershaw knives, but I found one on eBay that will define my channel.
Oh, I bet it will.
So I am unboxing my new unboxing knife.
Yep. Let's just hope it's sharp, too.
Yeah. This was made by an actual knife company. This is not...
This is not
a prop. This is a genuine knife. And I have to hold the box like this because my address is sewn on the back of it. All right. There we go.
All right, it's a dollar store bag.
Yep.
You're fine. You're out of screen.
Yep. Just making sure. All right.
Hops and Brew Squad.
All right. So does anyone have any guesses? There's a hint in the background. Oh, and it's another bag.
All right.
We'll look the Elcar screens.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you can barely see it on frame.
Yeah. This.
And that's cool already.
Yeah. This is a Klingon Dagger. Complete with the flip out.
Nice!
This
that looks cool.
is my new unboxing knife. It's a composite handle. It's kind of a plastic, but thick. Needs cleaned a little bit. It's a little dusty.
Yeah, it is a little dusty, but still.
But this is a true dagger. It is sharp on both edges. The points themselves are not sharp. Those are blunt. They just have a chamfered edge.
Yeah.
To them. But there is my new unboxing knife. I am so happy with that.
That's pretty cool.
And it came with the sheath. So
yeah, if any of you have seen the last full episode of Talking Heads, you'd have seen Rhett play with the batleth.
Yes. So yeah, now I have the matching knife. There you go, sir.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does need a little bit of cleaning.
Yeah.
There's.
I think that's supposed to be spring loaded.
I would have thought so too.
You know, it almost might be, but it's real light.
Yeah, it. Right there.
Yeah, there is a little.
There's a little bit of a spring to it. Yeah, it's got a nice. It's got a not super sharp, but there's a edge to it.
Right. I don't want it to be super sharp because I don't want to cut myself with that because it is a 7 1/4 inch long blade.
Yeah.
It is not a small knife by any means.
No, that's cool.
I would carry that in my pocket. Legally, in most states, you can't.
So
it's a double-sided blade.
United.
Yeah,
Okay. So
United Cutlery.
Yeah.
You cannot actually carry this in most states because it is technically a dagger.
Yes.
It is sharpened on both sides. Most knives you are only allowed to sharpen on one side. Even my switchblade that I have is only sharp on one side. I keep calling it switchblade, butterfly. But
yeah, so you have a little issue right there.
Yeah,
that's not bad though.
I didn't expect it to be perfect.
No, and you can tell it's used. It said it was on.
This was made in 1994.
Yeah, so that's
so this was made as it's a licensed replica of a Klingon Dagger.
When did Generations come out?
Generations came out in 94.
I wonder if this was like a promotional for that.
I don't think this was promotional
not Generations, but because the first movie came out, they're like, hey, let's make a bunch of props because we know we're going to be doing it because that was Klingon based.
Well,
the sisters.
Yeah. Well, the Franklin Mint did a number of props. My phaser is Franklin Mint, as well as my chess set is Franklin Mint.
Oh.
And I've got certificates of authenticity for that, but yeah. So
Kapla.
now I did really consider unboxing this with the batleth. Just taking the batleth but the batleth isn't sharp.
It's a blunt edge.
Yeah, it's a blunt edge. That is a fantasy weapon. It's a wall hanger. This is an actual knife. So that will be making some future appearances on the show. All right. I actually don't have any slides prepared. But let me.
I didn't even get a chance to.
All the notes that I had were just follow-ups from conversations we had earlier.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
there's a little bit of new information on.
I was curious about the Intel chip.
Yeah.
I didn't get to read that one.
Yeah. So let me pull these up real quick.
If any of you did watch while we were half speaking during the episode that did get released, it was the Intel releasing their 28 core?
28 core.
28 core. Yep. And we discussed of how they actually pulled off this 28.
Hold on. Stop talking. It's audio input capture. Check. Hey, there we are.
Hey, okay.
Dang it.
Everything I said you didn't hear.
All right, stop. Stop talking.
So, if you did,
that would have been epic.
That would have been. I was like, oh my gosh, not again. But if you did catch the show that Jeff did post, or was it only for Patreons, or did you?
No, if you watched my episode 35 in memoriam video, which was a 1-minute video going, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Then I did post a link in the video description if you wanted to watch my full 2 hour and 20 minute video.
Yeah. Out of sync audio,
but with half the audio gone.
Yeah.
I did post it there. It's not a listed video, but you can click the link there and see it.
So, well, we did talk about Intel releasing or trying to premiere a 20.
Thank you for everyone trying to let me know. No sound. Yay. Yeah. LOL again. Hey. Wow. Amateurs.
Hey,
thanks, guys.
What kind of tech show is this?
Yeah. Anyway, so go ahead, John.
Yeah. Anyway, so Intel was trying to premiere this awesome, cool 28 core, 5 gigahertz processor and just steal the show and kick the crap out of AMD and everything. And then a Reddit user zoomed in on a couple pictures.
Engadget posted a video live from the show. And then someone, I don't remember who it was, pointed out, wow, there's a C15 power cable in the back of that, which is a 30 gauge cable. Or a 30 amp capable cable. 30 gauge. So there's a 30 amp capable cable going into the back of that. And they have insulated tubes coming up a la either phase change or liquid chiller water
or some form of cooling.
Right. 28 cores, chiller not included.
Quite large. Yeah. Probably the size of this bottle total.
Right. No, the cooler?
No, the lines. The 2 lines combined.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the lines were each as thick as the neck of this bottle.
So combined is probably like this bottle.
And they were wrapped in foam insulation and electrical tape.
That's what I was talking about.
It was a sub-ambient cooler.
Yeah.
So anyway, Intel had their press conference the day before AMD had their press conference.
Yeah.
And so this was Intel trying to steal all of the headlines and say, we have 28 cores at 5 gigahertz. Suck it, AMD.
Yep.
Look, we'll demo it live on stage.
Oh, I forgot what was the score they got?
75-35.
Yeah.
In Cinebench multi-threaded.
Yeah.
Which is an insane score. To put that in perspective, my 8-core Threadripper system overclocked gets in 1950.
Yeah.
And I've got a pretty decent overclock on this thing at 4.1. So a 75-35 is absolutely insane. So
it's like hitting that Wiseman score.
Right. So it was pointed out that, hey, there's something funky going on with the cooling.
Yeah.
Because Intel didn't suddenly learn how to break the laws of physics. They didn't suddenly move to 7-nanometer die packages.
Yeah, they didn't have some secret sauce like, we've been sitting on this for years.
Because in an investor conference a couple of weeks ago, they said, 10-nanometer, boy, it's still not going to happen. We are stuck at 14 for the foreseeable future. We don't have anything in the pipe. From the horse's mouth like 2 weeks ago. And now all of a sudden they have a 28-core 5 gigahertz chip. Bull. I mean, look no further than Intel's own press releases and investor conferences and whatnot. The investors know what's going on, and most of that is public record. Anyway, so they noticed the cooling. They started investigating. The cooler that was used was essentially an air conditioner. It wasn't a sub-zero conditioner. They had the coolant at about -10.
Yeah.
There's some whole... Yeah, here's a picture
there
of
it
the
is.
cooler.
That's the thing. It literally actually looks very similar to Jeff's little portable air conditioner in front of us.
You know what's funny? I have an industrial water chiller out in my garage. You may see sub-ambient cooling on the show at some point.
You could do this.
Yeah, I could totally do this. And in fact, I probably will on Threadripper, especially when Gen 2 comes out with 32 core.
You're like, this
maybe I'll get 4.8 at 32 cores. We'll see.
Suck it, Intel.
Suck it, Intel. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, they looked up the model of this cooler, and there's a couple interesting facts. Number one, this cooler is capable of dissipating 1,000 watts of heat.
Wow.
So... they were probably pumping 1,000 watts into that CPU because at idle it was at -10C, which is not sub-zero cooling. That is sub-freezing cooling.
Yeah, they are literally putting ice on that.
Right. At idle it was at -10C. Under load it was getting up to like 75, and that was after like one Cinebench run. So they were on like a hair's breadth of being able to run this.
Yeah, they were like, please work. It's worked once, never touch it again.
Right. So the problem is what Intel's press conference basically devolved into is not a look at our upcoming workstation product that you're all going to be able to buy. It was basically them getting into an overclocking contest with themselves with just shy of liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
1.21 gigawatts. Thank you. The board that is required for this is a 28-phase custom board from
huge
from Gigabyte, I believe. It was Gigabyte or Asus?
No, I think it was Gigabyte.
Might have been Asus. This one I think is an Intel sample board, but
that was the one they used.
RS Gigabyte had a demo board that was the same form factor.
Yeah, it was like 12 slots of RAM.
Yeah. So 6-core or 6-channel memory. And they didn't have a video card in it because they probably couldn't run the damn video card because they only had a 1200 watt power supply in this computer. So the operating expense to running this is upwards of 2,500 watts. Now, a funny anecdote is Intel was going to demo this in their booth later on, or in their suite later on in the week for press to come and view. They had to cancel their demo because there wasn't enough isolated circuits in their suite to run this. They did not have physically enough power in their hotel suite to run this demo where they were at. And yeah, this is a server motherboard. This is an Intel Xeon 8176 or 8180 Platinum CPU. It's been out for 2 years. This is Skylake X. This is not KB Lake X. This is not Coffee Lake. This is not Canyon. This is not any of their future architectures. This is Skylake X with an unlocked multiplier on sub-zero coolant, overclocked to 5 gigahertz.
How many turbochargers can we put on this piece of crap?
Right. This is not news.
No.
This is not news. This is Intel trying to wag their dick and steal...
Yeah, and steal the show. They were like, look what we can do it with all of our old products, but we're not going to technically... I think that's even what this article, or was it the Tom's Hardware article, they were talking about, well, technically we forgot to tell everyone.
So Intel responded to all the controversy today in saying, we forgot during our demo to mention that 5 gigahertz, that was overclocked. No shit.
Yeah, this boy.
I apologize for swearing, but that calls for it.
Yeah. No, it's even in quotations.
Yeah,
forgot.
We forgot to mention that our 5 gigahertz was overclocked. Oh, and the 8180 is a $10,000 CPU. The 8176, which is the slightly lower spec version, is a $7,300 CPU.
Yeah.
So, And Threadripper 2, there's no pricing released yet, but I bet it's going to be competitive.
Oh, I bet.
I bet it's going to be $1,400, $1,500. Don't quote me. Or quote me if I'm right.
Yeah. And then you heard it first here on Craft Computing.
But 32 core from Threadripper, yeah, there's going to be some shakeup.
Yep.
And Intel's running scared. That's exactly what this is.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Intel forgot to mention in the heat of the moment, and we had it scripted, but we went off script, and we forgot to mention that, gosh darn it, this is a 2.5 gigahertz base clock.
Yeah. Oh.
And this is not a new CPU. This is just the existing.
This is what you can do with old equipment and thousands of dollars worth of cooling equipment and a board and memory, and you can do this for maybe 5 minutes.
Yep. Someone said Gamers Nexus and Hardware Unbox called them out, and yes, they did, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if we would have been live on Wednesday,
we were the first.
I called them out too.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch some of it,
but yeah.
The max single core turbo Osgeld was 3.4. The base clock is actually 2.5 on the 8180 and 2.2 on the 8176 with a max turbo of, I believe, either 2.8 or 3.0. So these are what Intel's been doing for a long time, which is highly multi-threaded but lower clocked CPUs.
Yeah.
And all they did is unlock the multiplier and crank 1,000 watts through it.
Without melting it.
Yeah. Yeah, they found a golden piece of silicon and they overclocked it a la Der Bauer.
Yeah. I mean, they probably had that thing bright red.
So,
or would have been.
Right. So, on to the AMD side of things. AMD announced their 32-core Threadripper.
The next day!
The very next day. Which, for me, stole all of the attention off of Intel.
Oh, yeah.
Here is AMD recently reinvigorated, revitalized, renewed, whatever... existential language you want to explain what they've been doing lately.
They're Phoenix from the ashes of the fallen crap.
Totally.
Yeah,
Phoenix
whatever.
from the ashes of the overheating FX processors.
Exactly, yeah. Literally.
I am reborn. Well, you started a fire first. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
That's going to be their next one. The Phoenix.
Right. So they have Risen from the...
the Ryzen?
That's an old joke.
That's a wow.
That's bad.
That's really bad. You stretched that one.
I apologize for that. So they announced their 32-core Threadripper, which is going to be based on the 12 nanometer plus Zen Plus architecture, which is going to have all of the upgrades from the 2000 series Ryzen processors, the 2200G, 2400G, etc., etc. The better memory control, timings, latency, but with 32-core, 64-thread. Oh, and they're cooling it on air with a single 120mm fan. So, suck it, Intel.
Suck it, Intel. Right.
You needed sub-ambient cooling. We did it with an air cooler from Cooler Master. We did it on a variant of the V8 and the Hyper 212 Evo.
Here's just an overpowered fan,
right?
Essentially.
And I have to say, if you watch me over on the Modders Inc. side of things, I reviewed this air cooler from Cooler Master on the existing Threadripper 8-core with a 4.1 gigahertz overclock. So far, it's the best cooler that I've used.
Really? Nice.
For Threadripper, including the Enermax 280 Lictech, which was a closed-loop 280 mil. Now, I will be fully water cooling this in the next couple of weeks. But, so Cooler Master is not messing around for their Threadripper coolers.
Threadripper coolers, yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Tyler, why are you drinking Coors Light?
Coors Light? Tyler, you know better than that.
It's horrible.
Gosh.
Why are you watching the show?
Yeah. Peltier Cooler Direct is a condensation hazard. Absolutely.
Scotch with hops. Seems cool in comparison.
Yeah, Sienna. 250 watts seems cool in comparison. Absolutely it does. I will say, even my 8-core, when it's overclocked, it pulls about 190 watts. Just the CPU. So multiply that by 4 to get to the 32-core.
Yeah, but then...
So I'll be as curious as anyone to see how the... what do they call them now? The new Threadripper cooler. I don't remember what Cooler Master called it. The Friesen or whatever.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm really excited to see what that does, especially on an overclocked system, because this handled 190 watts just fine, but if you're talking 500-600 watts through an overclocked 32 core Threadripper, that's going to be a lot of heat as well.
Yeah.
250 TDP is just the rated base clock speeds of that, with maybe the XFR boost on top of that. That is not overclocked from 3.4, which is the rumored turbo clock. I'm seeing a 3.0 base and 3.4 turbo or XFR speed rumored on the 32 core. You put 4.4, 4.6 gigahertz through that chip, we're not talking 250 watts anymore.
No.
Makers and Coke, good combo.
Someone said they're drinking natural ice.
You're drinking natty ice?
Yep.
Bendy, natty ice?
Tyler, I will say, it is better. That is, at least you're drinking Coors. I mean, if it was between that, I wrote down on my get. Yes, it is a must get list. If you can get the Pseudo Sud Galaxy Dry Hopped.
Delicious.
Delicious, very delicious. I will probably be doing a personal video on that of the Citra Hop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he sent me a Citra Hop one too.
Nice. It'd be cool to do an episode with the best beers on a budget.
Ooh, that would be. Depends what your budget is, but I mean, I get beers all the time that are like $1.50, and they're fantastic beers.
Steve and I talked about maybe doing an all malt liquor episode.
Yeah. When you guys were talking, you weren't talking like, oh, let's do all malt liquor. It was all malt cheap liquor.
Right. It was like Old English 40.
Yeah, Old English 40, Mad Dog, and stuff like oh, how
Boone's Ferry wine.
Yeah, it was like, how bad can we go? I mean, we can. I mean, we did Smirnoff, and that was hard here. Mm-hmm. I mean, imagine doing the malt liquor. We can do. Oh God, what is that? Four Loko.
Oh, Four Loko.
Four Loko.
I know a place where we can buy it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's legal. It's black because they took the caffeine out.
That's right. They took the caffeine out.
Yeah.
Of it. So it's not real Four Loko.
No,
anymore.
It's not Four Loko. We can always go down to like Mexico and get some.
Yeah. Steel Reserve, sipping on OJ. Three Floyd's Battle Priest. Skull.
Oh, that's Skull. Hey, Skull.
Of course he has a good beer. Knife guy? Oh, no. I'm not a knife guy. I don't want to be known as like the crazy knife guy. Even though I own 2 crazy knives.
Yeah. I own more crazy knives than he does.
Yeah. You've got the Final Fantasy.
I got the Final... I had like a wall of knives.
Yeah. So, Zima. We've already done Zima.
Yeah, we already done.
We might finish with Tang tonight, though.
Oh, hey, Boris, that's actually my boss.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's up, John's boss?
Hey, Zach.
Very nice. All right, other news.
I don't know. What else? I didn't get a chance to read this. I stayed till work.
Yep. Not much to read. If you... Sorry, I got to pull up one more slide here. Bear with me.
Now, see, that was a bad joke. Bear. Tonight. Is it on sale? You didn't have this ready?
I didn't. I forgot to do this.
Are we doing the retro?
Nope, this is the Intel game.
Oh, yeah, this is the retro.
It's already ended. Okay. Yeah. So, I was thinking we were going to have a show before this ended, but unfortunately, the chance to enter the sweepstakes has already ended. I entered it. Did you enter it?
I did not.
Okay. You should have.
I should have.
Anyway, Intel is giving away 8,086 of their Core i7 limited edition 8086 K CPUs, which we found out they're basically just mid-range binned 8700Ks.
Yeah.
Or maybe even rebranded 8700Ks. In fact, Der Bauer delidded one at Computex and did LN2 cooling on it and got 7.24 gigahertz, I believe, on it. Which is actually not his record for the 8700K. His 8700K, I believe he got up to 7.6 gigahertz. And so based on one test, I know it's bad to do empirical data on one test, but based on one test, we're seeing average binning for an 8700K, maybe slightly higher.
Yeah.
But should be a cool product. In CPU ID, you get a cool little Intel i7 Special Edition or Limited Edition logo and things like that. And you get the collector's box. And it is a heralding back for Intel fanboys.
Yeah, that's all it is. I will say, though, when I did read this article and I saw this, and the sweepstakes was still going on, the video they had a bunch of YouTubers on there. And my big thing was, Everyone sucked on that video. I was like, why isn't Jeff on this video? This would have been so much better if Jeff was on this video.
I'm working on it. I've got a lead. Tech Yes City followed me on Twitter today.
Oh.
Yeah. I yes.
It's probably just like one of these followers. Like, all right, come on. I control the Twitter account.
I tweeted something at him because I bought something for a build for this weekend. And I said, hey, I got a hustle even the Yes Man would be proud of. And he liked the post, then retweeted it, and then followed me. He's like, yes! And I've talked to him on in the comment section a couple times. I've had some back and forth with him, both on his videos and on my videos. So I know he watches my channel from time to time, or at least he's caught a couple of videos.
He should watch my channel.
He should.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, if you're watching, check John out on
Pops
and Brews.
Check my channel.
Now, Brian is a drinker.
Oh, yeah, Brian, you want to be on a drinking channel, come over. We'll bump some stuff out. Hell, we don't even have to film. We'll just start drinking.
So I am trying to plan a trip to Australia, and if that does happen,
you
gotta go with me.
I can't. How am I?
You gotta go with me.
You talk to my boss, and you say like, "Hell, hey, can John go to Australia?"
Zach, listen to me. So I'm John's boss on this side of things. So John,
if you give us free IT support, no problem. I'm sure they will.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Sponsored?
You want? Actually, I probably could. If I don't,
Zach, I know you're watching.
I don't think you want the advertisement. I don't think anyone would watch the advertisement that we put out that you would get.
That's right.
They're like, why is this on?
We can talk though.
Why is this on here? It's
we'll talk off air.
This is stupid.
Anyway, so so sorry if you didn't get in on the Intel sweepstakes. Skull, I noticed you were trying to pimp my Patreon in the chat. I do appreciate that. I love how all my patrons are trying to pimp my Patreon. It is amazing.
I can go.
Yes, thank you, Zach. All right. All my patrons are trying to pimp my Patreon in the comment section, which I love.
Yeah,
you guys are missing out.
It is really fun. I even had some people walk in today. Another guy who's in the IT department with me, and this was during the Star Trek GIF war. And he kind of walked by, and we were talking about some feature he wanted me to build for him. And he saw it, and I had it up, and he kind of like gave a smirk and was like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny."
Nice.
He's a big nerd too. He has actually surprisingly this huge office in the back. He's part of the printing department. And he built his own like large scale 3D printer. Yeah. And so his 3D printer is probably like this tall.
Oh, nice.
So he prints like statues and dolls. He printed. He's 3D printing his own R2D2. Yeah. He prints it. He printed a couple of people some of the large alien eggs. Yeah. And everything. So he's a big nerd too. So it's always fun. Yeah. He has a facepalm Picard.
Nice.
On his computer.
He's got
yeah, he's got that, and he's like, yeah, I bought that.
Yeah.
Check this out. I was like, yeah.
That's awesome. Nice. Well, I have a batleth.
Yeah, sure, you do have a batleth. I'll give you that. I know, I wanted to show him that, and I got to work, though.
If you... the Talking Heads with Rhett on the show... The thumbnail for that episode is Rhett.
Yeah, I know. I know. That's like, oh, that's funny. I like scanned it. Where is it? He's
Yeah. Yeah, I actually had to sort through the show and find that frame that was clear enough to post, and because like that has to be the thumbnail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I dug through that quite a bit. I also speak Australian. So you stand on your head and speak English?
Yes. Oh, hurry up! I want to drink this. I'm just.
I know I have Australian viewers. You know. Yeah.
I'm just.
They probably laughed along with me and called me some what we would consider choice words.
Well, did you? There was that flat Earth. What was that?
The flat Earth where Australia was.
Yeah, it was a
conspiracy.
It was a conspiracy.
Yeah, I did see that.
And everyone that lives there is part of a NASA conspiracy actors or something like that.
Yep. Have you been to the subreddit Maps Without New Zealand?
No.
There's an entire subreddit of maps that omit New Zealand as an island from the map.
Really?
So people will draw like these world maps, or they'll do like crochet patterns or needlepoint, or they'll do like these old timey sketches and whatnot, and they won't have New Zealand on there. And so people will just post maps without New Zealand on it.
Yes, this large island is just not there.
Yep.
Whoa, that has transformed.
Has it?
Yes, it has.
For better or for worse? Let me know in a second.
It's like I mean, I don't want you to chug that or anything. Mm-hmm. But wow, that's like sweet brandy. Mm-hmm. That is sweet. That is candy. That is molasses.
Yeah. See, I'm the kind of whiskey drinker. I take medium-size mouthfuls, and I kind of let them sit on my tongue.
Well, you took twice as much as me.
I did. And I'm still not that far behind.
No.
But I'll let it sit there. I let it develop, and it smooths it out because it starts mixing with your own saliva.
Oh yeah.
And so going down, it's a little bit smoother. Chug it. I don't chug whiskey.
No,
I don't. I will take shots of certain whiskeys like Jameson Black. I'll do shots of because it's very smooth. I don't like a real burning sensation in my throat. I'm not a fan of the Jack Shake, as they call it. You know what it is, even if you don't know what it is. You take a shot of Jack and you go.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that feeling.
Twitch.
I don't like the.
See, the problem is like I get that with any tequila. No matter what tequila I have, I'm just like, yeah. What is that from?
That's Dumb and Dumber, the police officer.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was actually
Get the hell out of here.
I was gonna post it as a GIF. Hey!
Woo!
$10. Drink
Zach,
up.
my friend. John's boss. My friend. Thank you, buddy. I'm working on drinking up. Tell you what.
Yeah, he will watch Wednesdays, especially the times I'm on there because he won't watch otherwise. And then I'll come in the next day. It's like, yeah, you had fun drinking and laughing last night. You must feel like
so
crap.
You're in at 8:02 this morning. I see.
That's exactly what he does.
Oh wow, I can smell that already.
I told you it was pungent.
Holy crap!
It's pancake syrup.
Wow.
That's why this bottle is mostly empty and this
is like pouring the apple brandy syrup from IHOP out onto your pancakes.
Yes, that's it. That's what I said. It's just like that.
Wow.
Working associates, yes.
Oh, it's syrupy.
I told you, it's thick. I mean, look at the leggings already.
Yeah. No, pouring it in, it hits and it pours like a syrup.
Yeah, it's thick. Oh wow, you good luck finishing that much, my friend. I don't even know if you will.
I don't waste whiskey.
Okay, all right, this is some big stuff. And actually, the best part of this is I got both these bottles for free.
Nice.
And do you see the price tags on both of these?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's mid shelf. It's solidly mid shelf.
It's mid shelf.
Yeah.
But I moved my brother down to L.A. And Steve actually came with me, and we have a friend down there who, great friend. Every time he comes up or comes down, he's just one of those guys like loves to go out and just try every kind of liquor and beer and spends as much as like, I don't care, it's all on me.
I have one friend like that. We go out and he's like, yeah, $200 bottle, let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Here, I took a shot. All right, next, I'm done. That's it.
Yep.
And so that's what he did with these. He just like, oh, yeah, by the way, here, these are yours.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, we tried them. I bought them for you.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even want to try them. I wasn't even in the liquor department.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, yeah, but I thought of you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care. It's free liquor.
You like beer and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it was.
It is great to have friends like that.
Yeah, it's great.
Whiskey, it's not just for breakfast anymore. No. It's always been for breakfast.
It's always. God, man, that's just a pungent
I still can't get over the smell.
I
don't waste whiskey, but I'm having a hard time even like bringing my lips to this one.
And you poured a lot.
I did. It didn't feel like that much, but it's because it didn't splash. It just kind of settled.
Did you see how much I poured?
Yeah. Holy crap. I'll make it through that.
You will? Okay.
The smell, I am not a fan of the smell. I will say. The more I'm smelling it, it's a turned smell.
Yeah. Raisin.
Yeah.
Like raisiny.
Yeah.
Raisiny or pruny.
Okay, now that I've tasted it and I'm smelling it, I'm smelling a little bit of a different note. So 5 gigahertz is a lie. What do you think the overclock is? 3.8 given the new tech. They did the calculation. Oh, this is the second part to the story that I didn't post on the notes, okay. So John, you're unaware of this. Linus got access to the test machine.
What?
Okay, because he's Linus. Because he's freaking Linus. Okay. I say that as a good thing because, Linus, I know you're going to be a judge at the Intel Rig of the Year event, and one of my good friends on YouTube, Epos Vox, is going to be there.
Oh.
And I'm going to see if I can get into that event, and I'm going to see if I can spend some time, maybe take Epos out for a drink. Have I ever told the story of how I first saw Linus? Because I ran into him at CES. I ran into Linus. I literally ran into Linus. I didn't get a word with him, but I ran into him. So 7:30 a.m. Monday morning.
How'd you see him from your height and his height?
I'll get to that. So 7:30 a.m. and me being the new fledgling YouTuber, I'm walking into CES going, I'm going to be like so starstruck and everything else, and oh my god, I can't believe I'm here, and I'm going to see these people, and it's going to be amazing. So 7:30 a.m. there's a press conference with Corsair. Which why in God's green earth do you schedule a press conference for 7:30 in the morning in Las Vegas?
Hey, who's even well, they're probably still awake. They're about to go to bed.
Right. There were a couple of nights I got to bed at 5 and I woke up at 6 in Las Vegas. So anyway, so 7:30 in the morning, and here I am, this fledgling YouTuber, and I'm leading the pack for Modders Inc. and we're like 2 minutes late for the press conference. But the guy goes, oh yeah, go ahead and go in. So I open the door, and I open it, and literally Linus is sitting in the chair in front, like right in front of me. And I walk in and I almost step on the guy because he's this big. I'm 6'4", sorry. I almost step on him, and he's sitting in a chair, and he looks up and he goes, it's like, sorry. And I kind of like scooch around, and there's like 50 people in it's 10 pounds of cat crap in a 6-pound bag. Trying to cram into this press conference, so I'm like, excuse me, and I'm 6'5". I don't blend in that way.
Yeah.
Just my everyday carry flashlight.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, sorry, and I'm making a scene and whatnot, and I know every single person in that room is like rolling their eyes. And as I'm walking by, it's like, oh, there's Paul, oh, there's Jay, oh, there's Bitwit, oh, there's Steve, oh, there's like
all the people I subscribe to.
I recognize 50 of the 70 people in this room, either as the YouTuber or as a cameraman or as someone who covers tech or some maximum PC guy who has jumped around for 20 years. And dude, there he is. I recognize every single person in that room, and I immediately went from being starstruck to being, they're just as tired and hungover as I am. They're just normal people, because Linus is irritated with some guy who almost stepped on him. And so he looks up and he goes, ugh. And it's like, okay, he's just as crabby as I am this morning. Cool, we're on the same page. And from that point on, I wasn't starstruck.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic introduction to the life. Anyway, so Linus got access to the Intel rig, to the Intel 28-core rig. He ran it with just a closed-loop cooler. Not with the thing, because they couldn't...
Because they can really have the power for it.
So it was no longer overclocked. Okay?
Okay, what did it get?
Or at least it was turbo-clocked at that point. It wasn't overclocked. He ran the test again, and he got a 6100 instead of a 7535 on that same rec. Which, if you calculate down, and this is a bad way to do this, because it not all the time is it linear overclocking. It also has to do with your RAM speed. It has to do with latency. It has to do with a lot of different things, but... if you calculate that down, it's about between a 4 to a 4.1 gigahertz boost, which is slightly higher than their 3.8 turbo on that chip, on the 8180 chip.
So basically, it's just like, what a consumer can get it probably out of that chip.
Right, exactly. So yeah, the 6000, that was already doable. That was doable if you spent $10,000 on that Xeon Platinum chip. It's like, that's not news. I don't care that you're Intel and you have the ability to unlock the multiplier and you cranked it up to 5 gigahertz using some foreign cooling that no one in their right mind would use. You did it for the show. You did it for the spectacle.
You did it for, because you were telling everyone that we're going to break some records. We got a 28 core, 5 gigahertz coming out. Mm-hmm. Everybody, you need to watch this. Check out my balls. Mm-hmm. You know? Basically, that's what it was. It was like dick wagging, but
your balls swing low, dude.
Yeah. Swing low, swing chariot. Yeah, that's exactly what they were doing. Carry me home. Yeah. You notice how this whole show is so far just been us drinking and then this one article?
That's exactly what it is. And I knew that was what it was going to
be. And the night.
And I don't think anyone is disappointed.
I don't think so.
The reason we decided to go live was, number one, I didn't think I was going to have time to do a Friday Flights this week. And number two, I got so many messages from people about... oh, dude, I love your live show. Oh, I usually watch your live show on Thursdays when I'm at work, going through my mindless thing. I've got you just on my phone with a set of headphones on, and you guys are amazing, and I love the show. There was so much support from us screwing up. I'm actually deeply touched. I thank you guys for your support. I am hoping to take this full-time eventually. This is a nights and weekends hobby for me.
Yeah.
This is something I do in my spare time when I'm not working 50-plus hours in my day job as an IT guy or being a dad and husband at home.
Yeah, half the time we're just bullshitting around of like, sorry for the word, but just messing around on Messenger between like Jeff and the three extra, co-hosts.
Yeah.
I was like, what should we do this time? Or I don't know what to talk about. We kind of almost have a competition too of like, who posts the articles first and what gets posted first.
I am so stoked when I beat John to a beer run.
Oh my god, and it rarely happens.
And it gets him so mad too. That's the funny thing. Is John goes, how did you find that one? So I've only done it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And it was like, I knew about that before John did.
And it was like maybe 15, 20 minutes. So it wasn't a big deal. But it's still, and at the same time, internally, we're like, oh, who got the most views per episode?
Yeah.
We even have an Excel spreadsheet counting and averaging. And
we have an Excel spreadsheet on our shared document. So we have a show notes document for notes for the week, where we post article links and relevant news information, and we maybe talk about how the flow of the show is going to go.
Yeah.
And then we also have an Excel spreadsheet in that same share folder that is an updated leaderboard of who had the most views for a given episode and what the average views is for when people
per host,
are on. Right now, Rhett is still in the lead with something like 2,900.
It's not much.
I will say, since my channel grew in April, the average has completely leveled out.
Yeah.
But Rhett ruled the roost for a number of months.
Yeah, he did, but it only was because I was on the earliest, and it took a while for Rhett to come back on, and Rhett was coming on when you were getting about those 1,000 mark hits.
Yeah.
And I was on when I had a couple episodes where
I will say you still have the number 1 show, though, at 3,700.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
But I think I also have the lowest show at like 137.
Actually you do. Even my first episode is more popular than my first episode with John.
Yeah, exactly.
So my first episode with Rhett, which was a trial run, hey, can I manage a 1 hour long live show? And it was a struggle, that first show. But Rhett and I made it through it, and we were live from a tap house, and it was kind of fun. And then
it was my tap house.
It was John's tap house. And so we made it through, and it was like, okay, that was a lot of fun. I can see this as a format. Here's the changes I need to make. Here's how we can,
the flow and everything.
Here's how we can improve the flow.
It took about two and a half months for the next episode.
Now the very first change is that's the only episode I've ever sat on the left for.
Oh.
Every other episode, I'm over here. Actually, no. My live show at Barrel and Cake, I was on this side.
Oh, there you go.
Was I?
Was he?
Yeah, I was.
And that's only gotten like 300 views.
Yeah. And again, that was episode 10, I think, was our live show. So we're talking about getting out more and doing more on-location live shows from the
have
Tap
something
House.
Coming probably next month.
We have some really cool stuff coming next month.
Like, I had to get approval. Zach, you'll hear from me earlier. I'm going to need some
You're going to get a vacation
request,
Zach, just to prove it.
You're going to get a vacation, yeah. But I will say, Zach does have, if we're ever looking for like, all right, let's weird and off the cuff, he does come up because like, all right, I'm gonna come up with something stupid. And I'm like, that's actually not half bad. He'll spit like 10 ideas out and like one sticks, and you're like, I could twist that, and he actually isn't that bad at doing that.
Nice.
But hot dogs, more hot dogs. No, we're not doing the hot dog idea. No, he wanted like a hot dog eating thing. That was stupid. That was a horrible idea. That was for the bar. It was like we give away free hot dogs at the bar.
That's not a terrible idea. He says approved.
Yeah, you're not the one to approve it.
I will say, all of the chat is documented and logged.
Yeah.
So John now has written approval from his supervisor.
That's right. Yeah, just like the program, everything is logged.
You can't go back on that.
He just doesn't know what time.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say Threadripper 2 hype. I am so hyped for Threadripper. I will be pre-ordering a 32-core Threadripper.
I just hope it.
My wife doesn't know about that yet, so no one tell her.
She does now. I just hope it's not going to be like all the other AMD second gen type stuff. I was like, It doesn't sound like it's going to be.
No.
But you never know. You never know with a...
So someone says 10 minutes of Star Trek. We may get into that. I do have one Star Trek note that is relevant today. I actually... I follow Roddenberry.com, StarTrek.com, SwearTrek, which if you do not follow SwearTrek on Twitter, oh my god, follow SwearTrek on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Just swear_trek. Twek.
What is that, the guy from...
No capes!
Kirby from Big Bang Theory? Twek.
Yeah. I never watched Big Bang Theory.
You don't? Now, later, newer episodes that are on now, they're horrible. The first, 2-3 seasons were fantastic.
Well, you can say that about the IT crowd, but the IT crowd did the smart thing and stopped after 3 seasons.
Well, yeah, and IT crowd was fantastic, and yet they're rebooting it. It's so stupid.
Let's see. Brian says approved. Dope. It was. LOL.
I'll take some hot dogs.
Let's see. Someone had a question about the B450 motherboards with the 2700X. Is the VRM good enough? It's going to be board by board. The board partners can do whatever they want for the VRM. Gamers Nexus, if they review a certain board, they usually do a deep dive analysis into the VRM and power delivery. So watch them for the real in-depth reviews on if you're concerned. Honestly, you're more likely to reach the silicon threshold on the chip itself rather than the power threshold on most boards. As far as the AMD platform itself goes. Now, with Threadripper, I'm starting to have my doubts. With Threadripper 2, rather. I'm going to have my doubts because that's a lot of power going through those VRMs. So the delivery has to be solid. And there's a reason a lot of board partners now are coming out with new X399 boards, even though the Threadripper 2 will be a drop-in replacement with a BIOS update for X399. The VRM on my X399 MSI Carbon, it's decent. I don't know if it will fully support a 32-core overclocked. So, but yeah, I don't think you're going to have to worry about it unless you're doing, like I said, 16 cores or more, which you're not going to do unless you go to Threadripper. So, yeah, you should be fine on most B450 motherboards. 3 a.m. Go!
Yeah, no. Actually, I was like, ugh.
It's 9:30. We've been on for almost an hour.
I know. It's like it's
for a 45-minute show.
For a 45-minute show, it's like this is becoming the original Talking Heads.
Yeah. And all we've done is cover Intel and drink whiskey.
Yeah, that's it.
I say we do this every week.
Oh, my wife's gonna kill me.
Yeah. So
it's like I'll never get any time with my wife.
At least it's a tax write-off now. Yeah.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if I could expense this as like all the beer I buy.
You'd have to make money, and you have to set a certain threshold, and you have to have business accounts. There's a whole LLC process to go through.
Yeah, I could do business
but you can be sole proprietor.
Yeah, I could be sole proprietor.
Even if your business loses money, you can still be sole proprietor.
Exactly. I mean, I did that all the time.
Yeah. Not gonna say it.
We could do a video on how hot you can get a computer without blowing it up, and can we cook anything on it?
Probably not.
Like a hot dog.
There's actually been tests done with the original Ryzen 3000, or not Ryzen, AMD 3000 Plus, the old Athlon 3000 Plus series CPUs. How hot can you get them before they blow up?
Yeah.
The problem is most boards have overheat protection on them now.
Lame.
The VRMs do. They've all got circuit protection built in. The power supplies have protection circuits built in where they'll actually have like a circuit breaker that pops, and unless you remove power from the wall, it'll stay tripped. Give her some whiskey, duh. My wife has celiac disease.
Oh, I think he was talking about my wife.
Oh, give her... Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, no, she doesn't... Well, she'll take whiskey, but she only drinks early because...
Yeah.
For some reason... She can't sleep with alcohol.
So my wife has celiac, which is an autoimmune disease, which is an autoimmune defense for her small intestine against gluten, wheat, barley, rye products, etc. So again,
all the good stuff.
Wheat, barley, and rye, the cornerstones of my existence.
Yep.
She cannot have
bread, liquor, beer.
And to be clear, this is not the Portland. Oh, I'm gluten intolerant.
No, this is literally.
It destroys the cilia in her intestines. That's why it's called celiac disease. It's an autoimmune response where if her body detects gluten in her system, her antibodies will eat her intestines alive. So yeah, it is an actual disease. Now I'm happy with the hippie thing of, oh, gluten is like the new thing. And with the South Park, it'll blow your dick off. I'm thrilled that it's a thing because it has significantly opened her options for food. Because we can go out to eat to a restaurant now and say, oh, do you have a gluten-free menu? And they say yes. And we go, excellent. Mm-hmm. When she was diagnosed in 2003, that was not an option.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing was known about it. We would say, oh, she's allergic to wheat. And they'd say, oh, okay. And we
have to take half the ingredients out of this thing.
Right.
But it touched it.
And they'd bring her salad out and it would have croutons on it. And they'd say, oh, you're not really allergic.
Yeah.
And crap like that. And so, yeah, give her some cider. Lots of cider.
Yeah, she drinks lots of cider.
Lots of cider. She loves cider. The other problem with my wife is... Now we're getting personal. When she gets tired, she gets very silly. She is the very giggly, loopy drunk. She's hilarious in her own right. But she still remembers everything we talk about, and that's the problem. So I can't get her drunk and say, you said yes last night. So yeah.
Yeah, we have a bunch of old computers at our work. You can blow those.
Yep. Dude. Zach, I'm falling in love with you, man.
I literally have stacks of old monitors and crappy laptops that are just like, oh, the screen was just blowing out on it. Okay.
I may have to do a little thrift store shopping up there.
If you want to. We literally have old server parts and everything.
That would make
There's a big old server that we're probably going to be dumping in the next couple of months.
Sold.
Yeah. No, you actually wouldn't mind that. My place.
Yeah.
We can... You need to become friends with Zach, and then we can shoot an episode there.
Yeah. Dude, Zach, let me shoot an episode there. Let me come up there with a camera. I'll be very discreet on things.
Charlie won't be there. Don't worry about it. My actual boss. Yeah. Everyone's boss.
But seriously, let me rummage through your old tech. Let me take a couple things home, and let me overclock the bejesus out of them.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Clock it till it blows. That'd be hilarious.
Yep.
Just for shits and
I have a Sub-Zero cooler.
Yeah.
I have a sub-ambient cooler in my garage.
No, we would love to see that, yeah.
Yep. Anyways. Let's do that. Anyway, it's been an hour. We said we were going to go 30 to 45 minutes. Thank you all for watching. This has been a rough week here around the house for me personally, professionally. Not just the stuff that happened at home, but it's been a rough week in general. Your guys' support is amazing. I love that you watch. I love that you care about this channel. I love that I'm a bright spot in your week. That actually makes me feel really good. So... thank you for watching. I will finish this. This is
good luck. I mean,
the smell is
it's a pungent smell. It's like rotten rotten raisins, something like that, like bad raisins. But then when you drink it, it's sweet. It's raisin. Actually, I was thinking of dried bananas, some apple, some caramel.
He says all yours.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I have a tiny little office, which is not bad. It's probably about the size of
the desk area.
The desk area right here. So, but it's in a far corner, so no one knows I'm there.
Yeah.
So it's actually really nice. So I can play my music really loud. But I have a desk that's probably about this wide, and it's just monitor. And
wait, you don't go monitor.
I know, because in front of me is a glass wall. So
then they can't see you.
That's what I'm aiming for. So I have like 4 or 5 monitors to the left that are like half broken. They probably need some new soldering. 7 or 8 laptops behind me that are old, crappy, HPs or Asus or something, like something's wrong with them.
Yep.
It's just parts after parts after parts around me. Half the time, because we go through so many parts, and sometimes new hires will take them home and steal them.
Yeah.
we literally have to piece things together. That part is actually kind of a fun aspect. Like, hey, how can I Jimmy rig this crap?
That's the basis of my channel.
Yeah, how can I Jimmy rig this piece of crap computer to at least run Windows 7?
You should have seen I need to do a video on the evolution of my camera gear, of my lighting, of my workspace, of the computers that I use to broadcast.
Now, that would be kind of an interesting episode of if you took all your original equipment, done like 5 minutes of that, or like a minute of that.
Yeah.
And then each piece of upgrade, and this is what I did with this, and this is what I did with that, but not tell anyone.
Yeah.
As you're doing like a box review or a case review or something like that, and then just see in the evolution of the video itself, this is how the quality has changed.
Oh. Eric Del Toro, as long as you don't kill it, I could loan you a 4870X2 if you want to try cooking with it. Do you know what a 4870X2 is?
I don't.
A 4870X2 is an ATI 4870X2, which is two 4870s on a single board. It's two 4870 HD graphics cards on a single board. It's a Crossfire in a single PCB. Those are amazing cards. I will say I had a 5870 for quite a long time, and I loved that card. I always lusted after the 4870X2 and the 5870X2. They drank so much power, and the thing I was disgusted with. Okay, I looked up this week because someone on, I think it was one of Linus's videos, commented on like, oh, how far we've come in technology, or where has the time gone, and to think that this was like top of the line in 2012. Here's a little perspective for you. Okay, a 5850. Which was not the top of the line graphics card, but it was a really good graphics card. Think like a 1070 today.
Okay, yeah.
Level graphics card. Yeah. It drew 170 watts of power. And that was before it was overclocked. And it overclocked pretty darn well.
It's already warm.
That graphics card is the exact same performance and exact same VRAM level as a GT 1030. Which is an $80 card today, has 2 gigabytes of RAM, and draws 35 watts.
I know, they're only like that big. Don't you have one? I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
There it is. I have a fanless one.
Oh, look at that.
I have 3 GT 1030s. I have an ITX version. I've got this as a low profile. This is an Asus GT 1030, which is based on a lot of their GT610, GT710 models.
Tiny little thing.
Yeah. So this is a GT 1030. Yeah, it's fanless. It's amazing. It runs well. It's 35 watts. This is an HD 5850 in 2012.
Which was probably about that.
Which was a honkin' card that competed with the GTX 260, which I also have.
Yep.
Which is this size.
Yep.
That's a GTX 260. Took 2 6-pin power cables. Is the size of my arm.
Yeah. Size of your forearm right there.
Yeah. Yep. Still have my 5870. Sienna says hers works too. I still have a GTX 295. Never had a 295. Oh, you have a 2-board 295. Wow. That's insane. They offered 2-board 295s too, which was a single PCI Express with a daughter card that sat on the PCI slot below it. Yeah, those were insane. Dude, Sienna, I would love to see a picture of that. Seriously, DM me. Or DM me on Twitter. I've still got my old 260. I've also got a 9800 GTX Plus on the shelf, which was the generation before this.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Which is what I ran in SLI. I bought those cards 2 months before the GTX 260 was announced. And this is more powerful and draws half the power.
But man, technology, it is. It's so insane tech. Because we used to say, like, even 5 years ago, oh man, technology 10 years ago was, check out the advantages. I mean, literally a year to 2 years ago, what we were using to now is insane. Yep.
Someone says 1030s have passive cooling. Thinking about doing a bad idea passive cooling build. There are ways to do passive cooling builds. Paul's Hardware did one where he actually passively cooled, I believe, a Ryzen 5 1600. Ooh. 6-core processor. Now, it's not overclocked.
No.
But it was passively cooled. And if you pair that with the GT 1030...
You're going to be fine.
You could do it.
Yeah.
You could totally do it. That's a show.
That's a show.
That's a show. Thank you guys for joining me. I love your support. Keep watching, keep liking, keep sharing the videos. Join me on Patreon so you can take part in our GIF wars. And talk to me direct. It's a lot of fun.
It is fun. We have multiple categories you can talk.
Yeah.
It is very fun. We have the tech talk. We have talking heads area. We have beer talk. And somehow they all get intertwined.
It's very loose, very fluid.
It's very fluid, but it's fun.
Yep.
It's just a good time all around throughout the week. If you're ever bored, you can always find one of the four of us always on there chit-chatting.
Eric says he's thinking about buying some Conductonaut liquid metal and liquid metaling his 4870X2. That would be an amazing experiment. It totally would be. All right, that's a show.
That's a show. I gotta go.
If we keep talking, I'm just gonna talk.
I know, we're just like, all right, let's pour another drink, and then I'm gonna get a text of like, where are you at? You said this was gonna be 30 minutes. Wow, that was... How would that feel?
Not bad.
Really? You're not getting the twitch?
There was a little twitch in there.
Oh, that's it. Like, yeah, you don't look... Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
That's a show. Thank you for watching.
Thanks,
we'll
guys.
see you next Wednesday. New video coming probably sometime tomorrow.
Hopefully.
And another new video on Tuesday.
There we go.
Yeah, getting back in the swing of things. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.